All right, 7th grade, this is lesson 9, using exponents. All right, this is using exponents. For our vocabulary, we have a base. It's a factor that is repeated. We have exponent is a number that tells how many times another number is used as a factor. So it says you have two biological parents. Each of your parents has two parents, your grandparents. Each of your grandparents has two parents, your great-grandparents. Find each number of biological parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents that you have. Each number of parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents may be found by multiplying. The numbers may be also found in a shortcut method of multiplication, which uses bases and exponents. So when you have parents, you have 2 times 1, which equals 2 because you have two parents. When you have grandparents, it is 2 times 2 because each of your parents has 2. So it's 2 to the power of 2, which equals 4. You have great-grandparents, which would be your parents, your grandparents, and your great-grandparents, which is 8. That is to the power of 3. So if I'm taking 2 times itself once, it's 2 to the first power. If I'm having 2 times 2, it's 2 to the second power. If I have it 3 times, it's 2 to the third power. The 2 is the base. That little number is the exponent. This is read 2 to the first is read 2 to the first power, which means 2 to the first means that 2 is used as a factor once. 2 to the second power is read 2 squared, or 2 to the second power. 2 squared means that 2 is used as the factor twice. 2 to the third is read as 2 cubed, or 2 to the third power. 2 to the third means that the fact 2 is the factor used 3 times. The number of parents is 2. The number of grandparents is 4. The number of great-grandparents is 8. So when you come down here on your guided practice, it says, write the expression 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 using exponents. Write the base. Well, our base is 3. Our exponent is the number of times it's multiplied together, which is 4. And then it says write 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 using exponents. So we write our base, which is 3, our exponent, which is 4. Notice how my 4 is very distinctively smaller and up higher. Number 2 says find the value of 8 squared. It says write the numbers that are multiplied. Well, it's 8 being multiplied by itself twice. So this is 8 times 8. Find the value of 8 squared. Well, I know that 8 times 8 is 64. Now, if you are using a calculator, sometimes you will see it as x to the y power or y to the x power as a key on your calculator. And the base is the big number, that's the 8. The y or the x is the power, that's the 2. On a lot of calculators, or on the ones I've given you guys, you have what looks like a caret top key. That's the power key. So if you have questions on your calculator, please join me in office hours and I can help you with that. On here it says write each expression using exponents. The number being multiplied by itself is our base. So this one is 5. How many times is it multiplied together? That is 3. So I write a small 3. Down here it says find the value of each expression. Now on this one it's like saying 10 times 10, which equals. If I punch it in on my calculator, I use the power key, which depending on which power or calculator you're using, I would punch in 10 power key 2, hit equals, 10 power key 2, hit equals, and I get the value of 100. So you're going to finish problems 4, 5, and 7, and 8. Then you will come down to the application. And it shows you how to do this on your calculator. Now, it says to find 23 to the third power on a calculator, you press 23 times 23 and hit equals equals. Now, that's another way to do it. So you do 23 times 23, hit equals. and then equals. My calculator doesn't do it that way. So I have to, on my calculator, punch in 23 power key 3 and then hit equals, and I get an answer of 12,167. So and 11. Now, on problems 12, you need to do the problems of 2 to the 6th and 6 to the 2nd and get me answers. And you got to tell me which one's greater and why. Then when you come down, it says direct ancestors, our parents, grandparents, great parents, and so on. Each level of ancestor is a generation. Your parents are one generation, your grandparents are another. Use exponents to figure out the number of ancestors in 10 generations. So you got to figure out what problem you're going to do and the power, and then give me an answer. When you are finished with this lesson, don't forget to submit to me through Canvas. Good luck and have fun.